feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Simone Nicole here, back at it again with yet another video. And today's video, you saw the title, you know why we're here today. I'm assuming that you clicked on this video because you're a hater, and that's okay. I am not here to judge. I am not here to demonize other people, and I'm also here to say what other people won't. I too am a hater, and most people are. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about why I actually think it's okay to be a hater. And I would even venture to say that by the end of this video, you might even agree with what I have to say. But before we get into all of that, if you've never seen my face before, hello, I'm Simone Nicole. I sit on my couch and I talk my shit with my girls, and we talk about girl things and life lessons, and I do like lifestyle stuff, and I'm like so fun and so cool and so sexy and like such a cool girl that like you want to be like friends with. And if that sounds like a plan, then baby girl, come join me. Love to have ya. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm so sorry if y'all can hear Mariah the scientist in my background bumping. It's Friday night when I'm recording this. My neighbor, he turns up and he has a really good playlist, and I actually don't mind it usually, but maybe not so much when I'm filming a YouTube video. In the spirit of vulnerability with this video, I am going to start this video off with a confession, as if I didn't already confess something in the intro of the video, but whatever. I, Simone Nicole, was Kylie Jenner's #1 hater at a point. I know, guys, don't throw tomatoes, like hold on throwing your tomatoes. I'm gonna get into it. Why was I Kylie Jenner's #1 hater? I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that she has so much money she doesn't even know what to do with it. Maybe it's her seemingly perfect life, her skin, her hair, her nails, her body, how she has so much influence, how so many people are obsessed with her many successful business ventures, and her freedom to live life as she chooses, and overall just her it girl status really seemed to get under my skin at a point. And of course, the piece de resistance, her constant cultural appropriation, which has allowed her to monetize and profit off of Black women and off of Black culture. That's also a fun fact as well. I didn't follow her because why would I follow her? But I feel like it's even worse and more humiliating when you don't follow somebody, but they're constantly in your search because you're constantly searching for their page. Humiliating. I used to go onto her page and I would search her up, and I would just hate scroll and just like look at her and just despise like her life and like how she looked. Y'all, it was so bad, even to the point where like I would go to her page if like I couldn't figure out like what makeup look I wanted to do. I would literally go to her page and be like, what makeup look is this bitch doing? Because I know I can clearly do it better. Like, it was bad. And this period probably lasted not like super long, probably like a month or two, because as we'll talk about later on in the video, I don't do well sitting in negative emotions, and I was younger at this point. Like, that's a vital thing to mention. This was like nearing like her King Kylie era. She had just had Stormy, like she was still hella it girl vibes. To discuss the evolution of Kylie is neither here nor there, but there are plenty of video essays done by very wonderful women here on the internet if you would like to check those out. Eventually, I had to sit and ask myself, girl, do you see yourself? Why are you doing this? What about this girl bothers you so much? Why did I dislike a literal stranger and a person that I've never met and has never done anything to me personally? And what I got down to was that I disliked her so deeply because she was everything that I wanted to be. Her life is quite literally the exact life that I've always envisioned for myself ever since I was a literal little girl. And coming to that realization was so sobering for me. That realization made me realize that Kylie wasn't the problem. Kylie was holding a mirror up to who I was, and I didn't like the reflection that I saw. Kylie was highlighting inadequacies that I had felt in myself that I wasn't willing to face or wasn't willing to address, or even things that I just could not see without that metaphorical mirror being held up to me. Me figuring out that Kylie was holding up this metaphorical mirror to me is something I like to lovingly call peeling back the onion to figure out what the layers are there. Because generally when you have like this thing, the thing generally has a root to it. And it is so imperative to get down to the root of something. So one thing about me, baby, I'm a why a situation into the ground. Literally, as soon as someone asks me something or we're talking about something, my number one question is why? Why did you feel that way? Why do you feel like you reacted like that? Can you tell me why you made that decision? Because there's always something deeper, always in a situation. And baby, when you get to that root, that is when you can make a change in your behavior. Because me solving the problem, I could have blocked Kylie. I could have muted her. I could have just committed to not going on her page anymore. But that's just a symptom of a bigger issue. It wouldn't have solved the fact that I felt inadequate. It wouldn't have solved the fact that there were places where I felt like I wasn't showing up for myself enough. All I did was erase a symptom, but I didn't address the root of the problem. So actually, now that we're like into the video and you're here watching, I am going to amend my statement. Being a hater in and of itself isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's about what you do out of that hate that then makes you a bad person. The feeling of hate should act like an alarm bell to you. It should act like a bat signal of sorts. It should be very much sounding the alarm. I've been through this too long, but I'll be damned if I see another chick in your arm. That's what hate should be to you. When you feel that feeling creeping up, like when you're watching someone, when you see something and you think something negative, that should be a signal that something is going on deeper inside of you. Because in theory, that person actually did nothing to you. That arbitrary situation had nothing to do with you. So the fact that you are personally offended by it means that there is something deeper and you need to dig deeper to find it. So for me, my alarm bell in this instance was Kylie Jenner. Feeling these feelings over years, I now have developed a toolbox of sorts that I would love to share with you all in this video. Let's go through a little scenario. The alarm sounds. And you know what? Being a hater, you do not have to just be a daggone hater to a billionaire. You could be a hater to your sister. It could be the cat. It could be anybody. But let's say you look at your cat, Teresa, and this bitch has taken it one step too far, one too many times, and you feel hate creeping up. The alarm bell has been signaled. Okay, let me be serious and not make it about a cat. But let's just say your coworker. Your coworker is irrationally making you mad consistently. Now that that signal is sounded off, now we need to dig deeper. Why is this person bothering you? And more importantly, what can you do about it? This is the most important step of the tools that I'm here to give you today. It is the action of doing something out of the negative feelings that you feel, because you sitting and stirring in your bullshit and your negativity helps nobody. You could even find yourself getting to a point where you have sat in your own negativity, just stewing, and all of a sudden you become addicted to the feeling of negativity. And baby, I'm here to tell you, negativity is indeed an addiction and you need to get help. But you know, baby, that's why you clicked on this video and that's why I'm here to help you. See, now this is a part of being a hater that is dangerous. You know, for me, my emotions were jealousy. There's a difference between someone that feels jealousy and someone that is a jealous person, right? The two things actually are mutually exclusive. Me trying to backtrack on saying that I was a hater. Let's break this down to a biological level, right? If you are constantly feeling this feeling of negativity, your brain is going to start to get really used to you just being a negative person. The brain is actually hardwired toward negativity because our brains understand any negative emotion as danger, even like when we're talking about an emotion like sadness, because you know, you could see somebody and you could be a hater, but it could actually make you sad. So instead of feeling sad, your brain converts it to hate because that is an easier emotion to feel. In the most primitive sense, if you are sad and you cannot get up and provide, that could equal death. If you can't be a hunter-gatherer, that could equal you not surviving. So our very, very primitive brain is trying to protect you from that. This is such a small little note, but I feel like when we push off more complicated feelings in order to feel more simple feelings, I guess you could call them, it's because you're trying to protect yourself from getting hurt. And my brother is a therapist, shout out to them, and we were having a conversation someone and I was telling him that I didn't want to do something or put myself in a situation because I didn't want to get hurt. And he said, well, Simone, you're going to get hurt regardless. Not necessarily in that situation, but your feelings get hurt all the time. He knows I'm a pretty emotional person. So he said, what's the difference between your feelings getting hurt with this situation and your feelings getting hurt for all the other things that hurt your feelings pretty often? And I said, damn, that's kind of hella true for real. Like, he was kind of spitting bars. It was good. And I think about that all the time because I'm like, you stay away from things for fear or out of sadness or out of so many different things. And when he said, like, you fearing X isn't gonna avoid you feeling that emotion in any other place in life. So why are you avoiding it in a situation that could potentially bring you so much happiness? Such a good point. Shout out to having a therapist as a brother, and shout out to my brother. Love you. But me personally, I'm not good at negative emotions. I'm generally a pretty happy person. Pisces gang. Like, I'm like all water. If you've been to any of my videos, I'm like Pisces through and through. Like, my entire chart is Pisces. So it's kind of really hard for me to sit in negativity for very long because I like go off into my own delusional world and I'm like, la 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 la, bad things don't exist. But that's me personally. And I understand that for others, it can be hard. So like for the people that live in reality, a situation that I've also found myself in and the way that I am able to check myself before I wreck myself, I guess you could say. For example, I was literally writing this script and I opened up my phone and I saw someone and I had made a comment about the person's engagement ring. I didn't like make it on paper. I made it in my head, but I was just like, what? Simone, do you see yourself on your couch with a pimple patch on your face, literally drinking a glass of wine from a bottle of wine that costs $10, and you're commenting on someone's possession that probably cost more money than the amount of money you've ever made in your life? How do you look? And it's conversations like that. For those that don't live in la la land like I do, it's conversations like that where you can bring yourself down to reality and be like, girl, what are you doing? And what did that benefit you? What did knocking someone else down a peg or putting that negative energy out there benefit you? Putting yourself in check like that is so important because you want to stop training your brain to do this type of stuff. Your brain learns what it constantly is taught. And to get very scientific with it, the more and more you think or do certain things, you're creating more and more neural pathways for the brain to get used to taking. So it is a much easier route. Eventually you will teach your brain to take the route of negativity way more easily than the route of positivity. And that's where getting out of the habit of being such a quote negative person can become so hard. If you have always been this negative person, always looking at every single situation glass half empty, yes, it's hard as hell to change, but it is checking yourself daily and in multiple situations in multiple ways that is going to get you together. Please remember that who you continue to show up as is who you become. If you continue to hate scroll, you will be filled with hate. Energy cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. So the energy that you put out into the world is the same energy that can circulate right back to you. Let me say this so clearly. You are your habits. You are exactly who you continue to show up to be every single day. And that is for better and for worse. You have the ability to choose your path. So the moral of the story from today's video, being a hater in and of itself isn't actually a bad thing. However, I'm gonna need y'all to say it with me, be f***ing for real. You need to bring yourself down to reality. You need to check yourself. You need to hold yourself accountable because the last thing you want to do is let your emotions rule you and define the type of person that you end up becoming. Do not make your triggers other people's responsibilities. It is not Bethany in Iowa's problem that you grew up without a mother that loved you. So seeing her love on her baby triggers you. So you hate comment on her post and tell her about how she is just loving on her child too much and how she's going to spoil her child. Ooh, we're not doing that. You don't get to take the hate and the negative emotions that you felt and put that onto someone else. That is not fair. And that is not what we do. Me being like woman to woman, that is not what we do. But person to person, it is not okay for you to take your negative experiences in life and then make it someone else's problem. We also have to stop belittling others in order to make ourselves feel bigger. I saw it a couple times in my comments on one of my videos. I don't want to mention the video because I don't want you to go to the comments and find the person person, blah, blah, blah. I was talking about a particular subject, and someone in the comment was basically saying like, not all things are as they appear, and that this person could have this, and basically like people are not who they appear to be, but they were saying it in a more like littling way, i.e. when a woman has a really nice car and like she seems like she doesn't like really do a lot of people are like, of course she has the ability to do that, her man, da 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 da, and like if all I had to do was sit on my butt and look pretty all day, I would look perfect like that too. Stop littling others and trying to bring others down to size in order to make yourself feel better. It is not productive. It is not becoming of a young lady. And it is just a habit that I feel like was just taught to us that we just need to break, because like I said, it's just not productive. And one last thing, we need to dead this entire concept of like, yeah, my haters are my motivators. Stop. My haters are not my motivators. Actually, like my haters like really hurt my feelings. Think about how it would sound if I was dead ass like, yeah, everything that I do, everything that I want to do is just to prove people wrong and to make sure that people know that they should have never doubted me. Ew, that is not a good base in which you build your life upon. Like, that's actually pretty ugly. Everything that you should do in life should be done out of love and coming from a place of love. You building a life out of spite is like you drinking poison and expecting other people to feel the effects of it, right? Again, for the billionth time, it's just not productive. And it's not doing what you think it's doing, because you're gonna continue to have haters no matter what, right? Like, I hope that the community that I cultivate here and just anybody that happens upon this video does take something away from it and does become a better person, because I'm an idealist and I truly do believe that we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. So I want to cultivate a community of people that do not bring other people down just because they're feeling low, and don't go under people's comments being nasty. Ew, no more in 2022. No more nastiness. That is not okay. I know I say it all the time, but I'm like, that's just such bad vibes. It really is. Like, you are bringing yourself unnecessary karmic energy that you really don't want, and it's time to let it go. Everything you do should be out of love, period. I would actually like to make an entire video about that. So if y'all would like to hear about doing everything out of love, please let me know, because I would actually really love to make that video. And friends, with all that being said, that brings me to the end of today's video. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I appreciate also my new subscribers that have come to hear me chat my with my girls. When I say the endorphins that flow through my effing body when I see one of y'all say like, this video did so much for me, I look up to you so much, and like, you are helping me to be a better person, you're so inspired. The endorphins that I get seeing that I was able to make a difference in you all and give you guys something that you can take away, that makes me so happy. So I'm so happy to be here doing these videos. If you have any other video suggestions, please drop them down in the comment section below. By this point that y'all are seeing this, I'm pretty sure that I'm already gearing up to do my mini vlogmas. I'm gonna be uploading for a week straight here on my channel. So if you would like to make any video suggestions, please let me know, because maybe I'll just leave like a little empty day for you guys' video suggestion. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for coming to this video. I really hope that if you stayed to the end that you saw why I made the bold claim that being a hater is okay, but don't run with that. The feeling is okay. Let's just be productive about what we do after that. I love you guys so much. I will see you super duper soon in the next video. Remember to keep positivity in your life, because positivity breeds positivity, and we have absolutely no time for negativity in 2022. I'll see you guys super duper soon in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.